No, hold up. Hold I was not ready for this. Wait. Hang on. You know when you feel like you're watching something, your brain hasn't caught up with what's happening in front of you. Like your brain hasn't caught up with your eyes. I can't deal with it! Hello my wonderful royals and welcome to my YouTube channel, Brick K-Pop Reacts, and today the RedVelution begins because I have decided ultimately, because of my latest obsession in the world of K-pop, quite frankly it's gone beyond an obsession at this point. I've decided, you know what, we need to do something about this. I need to tackle this on my channel properly, and I am doing that, and it begins today. So for those of you that don't know, for those of you that haven't watched kind of my recent Red Velvet reactions, Birthday dropped and it was a game changer for Brit K-Pop Reacts because I got absolutely hooked on that song. I still am hooked on that song, and ever since it has begun what I can only describe as a RedVelution, which is the new term that I've coined for this. It may have been used before for something, I don't know, but I like to think I made it up, so I'm using it, and it describes just the utter takeover that has occurred on me by this group since I checked Birthday out. And that takeover has only gone from strength to strength. It has led to me, I've been watching their content constantly on YouTube and things, like a lot of the recent stuff I've checked out. I've gone back and checked out some kind of older content as well, and behind the scenes bits and bobs and stuff. So I've checked all that out. I've started looking into like the Level Up projects and all that stuff. Let me know, by the way, if where do I watch that? Where's the best place to watch that? I know they've got little clips and things on YouTube which I've been watching, but from what I gather it's a whole series that you can get via certain sources. I'm assuming there's websites I can visit to try and kind of access all them because I want to watch them all. Based on the clips I've watched, they seem awesome, so I really want to watch all of them. So let me know about that. But yeah, I've been checking out some of that stuff. I've been listening to the songs non-stop. My Spotify, people on the Discord will attest to this. My Spotify's basically been taken over by Red Velvet recently. I've been listening to them pretty much exclusively recently, like over the last week or two. It's been absolutely insane. They're taking me over completely, and I want to kind of acknowledge that on the channel by kind of starting essentially a new ongoing series, if you will, which will entail me going through all of the kind of Red Velvet content that I've not checked out before, because this is the thing with this group, and I've explained this on the channel a number of times, so I'm sorry if you have heard this, but for those of you that may not know my position with Red Velvet, they are a group that I have been a fan of Red Velvet for pretty early on, since I got into K-pop, which was about almost 4 years ago now. I got into K-pop for the first time, and it didn't take me long to find Red Velvet, to find songs by Red Velvet, and I listened to a couple of songs I really liked. I think Red Flavor was one of the earliest ones I found, possibly Peekaboo. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Red Flavor definitely. But yeah, there were a couple of songs I found very early on from Red Velvet. I got into them and stuff. So I've been aware of this group, and I've been a fan of this group for a long time. Since then, I've checked out a lot more. Most of their title tracks I've checked out. I've done a few things on the channel. Psycho was one of the earliest things I reacted to on the channel itself. It was about the third video I did, something like that. So I have been a fan of this group for a while. And I have considered myself a Revelov in that respect, in the sense that I'm a fan of them. However, I've never really deep dive them in the same way that I do with certain groups that I get really into and that become my favorite groups and stuff. They've never been really up there in terms of my favorite groups until now. So this is kind of, and because of that, I've been very much diving in and out of them. There's certain things I've checked out, certain things I've not checked out. Like, it's really messy with Red Velvet, which is why I've never kind of done a dedicated series to them on the channel. Like certain groups I will, like Luna I did a whole series on catching up with all of their content. SNSD I did the same thing, but that was because I didn't know those groups, so I hadn't checked out anything. So I thought, well, you know, I've got an excuse to go through everything they've done because I don't really know any of it. With Red Velvet it was different because I'd known bits and pieces of it and not others. I couldn't really do a proper dedicated series, so they've just kind of been sitting there with just bits and pieces that I've checked out and not others. So I thought, you know what, I need to sort this out, because if Red Velvet are going to become one of my favourite groups, and they are. They are at this point. I need to dedicate myself to checking out all the stuff I've not checked out. I want to check out everything this group have to offer, and that starts today. And I figured the best place to start would be to acknowledge and deal with the criminal fact that I've never actually checked out their debut song, Happiness. So I thought that's going to be a place to start. I thought I'll go right back to the start, pick out some stuff that I've not checked out yet. And their debut song is one of those things. Like I said, I picked up songs like Red Flavor, Peekaboo, Russian Roulette, Bad Boy, all those kind of classic Red Velvet songs. And Happiness was just never one that I went back to. Kind of got lost in the shuffle for me. So I thought we'll start with that one, because the fact that I've not checked out the debut is criminal, and it's obviously something I need to sort out. So I am going to check that one out. The other one I decided on ultimately was Automatic, because I know that came out around that time. I think it was technically released kind of alongside Ice Cream Cake, in that era is when Yeti came into the group. I assume it was maybe a pre-release, but I'm not sure. Let me know the definite on the details and stuff. But I decided to do that one because it's kind of close to their debut and things, and I wanted to do one with Yeti in it. I didn't want to do like two without Yeti. So they're the two I just ultimately decided on, because I figured it'd be good to kind of focus on the title tracks first. I think there's a couple more I haven't checked out. Rookie is one that I need to do. I also want to check out One of These Nights, which I've not checked out either. That was around that time. I don't know if that's technically a title track or not. Let me know on that one. I'm not 100%. And then I think Really Bad Boy as well. I feel like I might have heard at some point, but I've not checked out the MV. So I thought those three are kind of the main three I want to focus on next. So I thought, go through all the title tracks, deal with them. Then we'll probably do album reactions. I want to do live performances, things like that. Possibly some like behind the scenes little bits and pieces, reality shows, all that stuff I want to check out. So please do get involved in the comments, guys, and let me know everything there is to know about this group. If you're a big fan of this group, I want to know all this stuff. Like, give me stuff I can check out. List it if you have to. Like, I will read it. I will acknowledge all of your opinions on this. So please do get involved in the comments and let me know what you would like me to react to within this series, so that I can get fully absorbed into the Red Velvet world. That would be fantastic. I've banged on already far too much, so we will kind of get started with this thing. If you're new here, hello. If you're a Red Velvet fan, if you want a Red Velvet yourself, please do check out my previous Red Velvet reactions. Like I say, I have been a fan of this group for a while, so there are reactions to them throughout the channel's lifespan. So please do check those out. Obviously, the recent ones, the birthday reaction, I did an album reaction as well to the album, which has been out recently. So please do check those out. That would be fantastic. And of course, guys, if you enjoy this reaction, please drop us a like, drop us a comment, and of course, subscribe to my lovely self. Join the Royal family, become a royal yourself. That would be fantastic. But with all that being said, we are just going to get straight into this thing, because I need to get this thing started. It is RedVelution time. Let's do this. So as mentioned at the beginning, we are starting with their beginning, with Red Velvet's beginning, Happiness, the music video. Obviously at this point they are a foursome. This is before Yeti came into the group. I'm aware of that. This is Happiness. I don't believe I've heard it at any point in my life, as far as I'm aware. Well, I could be wrong on that. But I'm pretty sure I've not heard it. This is Happiness. Let's do it. You're not a member of Red Velvet. I know this. Cute little parrot.
Sometimes you gotta be bold.
What's going on with this? This is already insane. Look at Irene. Oh my god, they look so young. So good. Oh my god. Look at Wendy. Look at Joy. Oh, I love this. Is so fun already. Mate, look at Irene. They're not so young. Obviously. This is a few years ago, but still. Oh, I love the way this sounds. It's so fun. It's so summery. mate. Look at the outfits. Oh, this is wonderful. This just like, because I'm trying to keep in mind that this is a debut song, and so this is the first exposure anyone will have had of this group. I assume this, did they release anything before this? I don't think they did, as far as I'm aware. In terms of like songs, like I assume there would have been pre-debut content and stuff, but I like thinking of this as kind of the first exposure of this group. Like, what a fun way to introduce them with a song that's so bouncy, it's so summery, it's so happy, full of joy, no pun intended, colourful, bright. It just really introduces these girls as just like people you want to be around. And I really like that. I really like that kind of energy. The energy that they bring is clear from the start. I also appreciate the fact that they, because I wasn't sure if this was a thing, but they've already got their colours assigned, the whole colour thing. Like, you know, even in their hair and everything, like they've got the designated colours within their hair and stuff, and obviously their outfits represent that in certain scenes. I like that, because I wasn't sure if the colours of the members was a thing from the very start or if it was something that they adopted over time. So that's really cool. I like that. They all look fantastic. Irene's already leaping out of the screen at me. I can absolutely see why she was kind of immediately seen as that just generational visual that she is. She just has that presence about her immediately. The vocals are just cute, bouncy, wonderful. I watched that the vocal session thing, recording session, that's the what I was looking for. The recording session for Birthday. They dropped it literally yesterday as of recording, I think. And I watched that last night. And that was really cool to see, kind of, again, get more appreciation of the vocals of this group. Like, they're so strong. Across the board, like, I'm not just talking about Wendy's the obvious one, but across the board the vocals are strong, and watching that and everything. I mean, first and foremost, it's not the first recording session video I've watched, but it's always cool to get that insight into recording a song and how it works and everything, how it's put together, and what the girls do within the recording studio to help with that. But also just hearing these girls' raw voices come through and how strong they are, it's such a treat. And like I say, just immediately you can hear those vocals, even though it's not necessarily a vocal heavy song as such, at least at this point. It's just, oh, they just have that. I love the vocals of this group. This whole like tropical aesthetic and everything. Oh, it's so good. I mean, I'm in the middle of winter right now, and yet I'm feeling summery because of this thing, and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Continue and meld it. Look at this. Oh, who's this character here? This pink blob. Irene just leaps out of the screen. Look at Wendy. So you with the yellow in the hair and look at the line against the grass. Ow, that hurts. Oh. Look at those vocals. What is the hat? It might be the greatest hat I've ever seen in my life. Such a fun MV. Legit banger of a song as well. How is it taking me so long? How is it taking me so long? Oh, this group are everything. No, hold up. I was not ready for this. Wait. Hang on. You know when you feel like you're you're watching something, your brain hasn't caught up with what's happening in front of you. Like, your brain hasn't caught up with your eyes. So I'm watching this, I'm trying to, I can't process them because my brain's not physically there. That's how it feels. With that bit came in, Wendy's doing those insane vocals, looking utterly incredible. It suddenly got a complete change of aesthetic. My brain was not with it. My brain was not following whatever my eyes were following. So I need to let my brain catch up and go again and try and process what the hell's going on. Right, bridge time. I think. Oh, look at this. Look at Wendy. The vocal. It's far too much. I can't deal with it. What? This is how you do it. I'm sorry, but this is how you do a debut. This is how you do a debut, guys. So good. You release an utter bop of the song. They're catchy. It's going to be memorable. You're introducing all the members. The way they introduced them, like I felt like I knew them immediately. I felt like they introduced us to who they were so well within that MV. I love the fact that we got that Wendy bit as well in the bridge to really kind of hammer home the fact that this is your main vocalist and yes, you can sing. That's what I feel like that was meant to do. That bridge just meant to go, yep, yep, this girl's a singer. Be ready. And everything about it is just stunning. Just stunning. The whole MV was a treat. I love the fact that it was so fun and bouncy. Like, this group made a statement with this. I will say, like, it is strange, very strange to not see Yelly in this group. Like, to be watching this and not see, and obviously there's a reason for it because she wasn't in the group at this point when they debuted, and I understand that, but it's still weird, like, as somebody getting into them now, or getting into them more heavily now, and knowing what we know now and stuff, it's almost wrong, isn't it? See the group without Yelly, like going back and watching this. Because she is such a, she is one of the members now. She is, she's part of that group. She's part of that, the heart of that group. So it's strange. I mean, to be fair, I had the same experience, like seeing Red Velvet live, which I did do, and it's, I mentioned this in the last reaction that I did, or one of the previous ones. The fact that obviously it was incredible seeing them live regardless. I've got a video up to display that fact, a short little clip of me watching Red Velvet. But feeling what I feel now for this group, I want to see them live again. I really want to see them live again, like really badly. I'm really hoping they come back to the UK this coming year because I need to see them live again now that I've entered my RedVelution. Like, it needs to happen. It needs to happen because I feel like, as much as I obviously hugely appreciated seeing them live then, it's nowhere near the amount that I'd appreciate seeing them live now. So we'll see about that. But my point was, anyway, that for that concert, Joy wasn't there. So it was just the four of them without Joy. And that was weird. That was strange. As much as it was wonderful seeing them perform and stuff, not having Joy there it's wrong. It's right. Not having one of them there is just wrong. But my God, like, the song is incredible. The MV was incredible. This is such an introduction. Like, if I had to name, like, this is the way to do a debut, I'd probably point you to something like this. Or, because of my uber bias, because they are my alt group, Everglow with Bonbon Chocolat, because that's also an unbelievably god tier debut. But this is just so perfect, man. Anyway. Oh my God, right, move on. So I'm going to move on to Automatic now. So this was, I assume, the first music video released that featured Yeti, right? Surely. If this was released before Ice Cream Cake, I assume this would have been, because I don't think there's any before this as far as I know. I know there's a cover that they did of, sorry, there's an advert going off in the back for some sort of perfume, I think, or something. I know there's an SES cover that they did, which I noticed that was on their Wikipedia page. I can't remember what the song was called now. I can't remember. But, so I probably will check that out at some point. I don't know if that had an MV. But this, as far as I know, might be the first. Is this the first MV they did with Yeti? I don't know. But anyway. But anyway, this is Automatic, which has been requested to me in the past. I know Matt on the Discord is a big fan of this song. I think he was the one that properly requested it to me. Again, I'm pretty sure I haven't heard this yet. I could be wrong on that. I may have heard it at some point if someone's requested it on live streams and things, but I certainly don't recall anything about this song. So I'm assuming I've not heard it yet. I've certainly not seen the MV. Let's do it. Wait, I've got subs. Are there subs? There wasn't subs on the last one. There's not subs on this one either. Interesting. Okay. This is Automatic. Let's do it. Let's do it. So this was on their debut EP with Ice Cream Cake and stuff. And like I say, I will be doing album reactions and stuff, by the way, because I want to check out all the B-sides. I know some of them, but not many. Look at Sylvie, mate. Look at Sylvie, mate. Oh, are we having a mukbang? Are we having a mukbang? Look at Irene's hair. Irene's hair. Wendy's blonde as well. Look at this. Or is it like orangey? Mate, the hair alone. Vocals. Oh my god, is this our first experience of velvet, red velvet? The velvet kind of. Yes, she is yummy. Oh, she's so perfect, man. She's so perfect. He just fits so well into this group. Yeah, I mentioned, was it last reaction? I can't remember. One of the recent reactions. I think it was the album reaction. I mentioned that, I revealed that I had a new bias. And my bias is now Irene and Wendy in this group. I might have three. Yeti, who, to be fair, was my wrecker before Wendy came into play. She was my wrecker in this group. Might be a third bias. She slays me as well. To the end of the year. They all do. At this point, they all do. You know, I'm not exaggerating when I say this could be my first ever OT group. And I don't take that lightly because I've never done it before. I practically refuse to do it. I like to have biases and things. So the idea of OTing a group, so to speak, feels weird to me. And yet it could happen. Could happen with this group. But at the moment, Yeti is this close to to being an official bias. I can't deal with this. They are slaughtering me. I cannot stress enough. And I've said it before, with a number of groups have taken me over in the past, right? This is not a first. This has happened before, which is why I feel like I need to be extra on it when I stress how powerful this takeover is. I cannot stress enough. It's ridiculous. I cannot deal at all. I want to check out everything they've ever done. And I probably will. Anyway, continue. Oh, this song is so good. Already. Just the vocals alone. The vocal, the looks. Look, I love the fact they've all got this blonde thing going on. castle. You're looking out that window. Perfection. Look at this. I can't deal with the monochrome. It feels like very old school in terms of aesthetic and stuff. Like very, I don't know, kind of like 2000s. It's so smooth. It's so smooth. Joking, I can't deal. Oh my god, look at the visual. Nope. I can't do it. Oh! This group! That visual there. Oh my god. Bathed in the pink light with the hair and everything, the blonde hair. What do you expect me to do with this? Just insane. I love the fact with this that we're getting like, and I assumed it was a deliberate move. The fact that this obviously introduces the velvet into the equation. Like, I've always liked that kind of duality that Red Velvet have, the red, the velvet thing, that whole thing. I don't know if they still really do that. There was still kind of, it was a bigger thing earlier on. I feel like now that, I don't know if they're coming away from that now, or if they're still kind of sticking to that idea. Let me know. Like, I'm not sure where they kind of stand on that. Whether they still kind of do that red velvet duality thing, or whether they've moved away from that a bit more. It was more kind of obvious early days when, you know, obviously the albums, the red, the velvet and stuff. So I don't know. But certainly at this point, obviously you can see that, you know, to release Happiness, which is obviously a very red song, to then release this, that duality is immediate and obvious. And it's so powerful, it's so good to see those two sides, and to see them just nail it to this degree. It's just perfection. Everything is done so well. The whole MV is perfect. Like, it's not this big bombastic thing, but it doesn't need to be. It suits the song incredibly well. I love the lighting of it all. I love the outfits and everything. Everything they're doing with the girls just works. I love the whole blonde look. It just looks incredible. Some of these shots are just so stunning. Like Solgi with her head out of the car and everything just looks so perfect. This shot here with the pink lighting is just wonderful. The fact that, you know, the little monochrome bit and stuff, the black and white bit, it's just so good. It's so good. The song is stunning, absolutely stunning. I am more of a red person than a velvet person. Like, I prefer the red side of the equation personally, because I prefer the more bouncy up-tempo stuff. But I still obviously massively appreciate this kind of stuff that they release, and this is so well done. Like I say, it feels like a bit of a throwback. It feels like just in the aesthetics and the song itself, but done just in a really, really good way. This group is so good, man. From the start, they released Ice Cream Cake after this. That visual, I'm sorry, but that is perfect. I love the contrast of the kind of smoothness of this with, they've kind of got that dirty, grimy, like with the sink and everything's very dirty and grimy and stuff. I kind of like that contrast. It just comes automatic. Oh, just, oh. Screw them. Oh, they're stunning. They're absolutely stunning, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I don't know what else to say. But I've not just dived into this rabbit hole, and I was already in it to a degree, obviously, because I was already a fan. But I mean, you know, I don't just feel like I've fallen into this rabbit hole. I feel like I've been like shot down this rabbit hole on a rocket. That's how I feel right now with this. It's ridiculous. Yeah. That was stunning. The song were incredible. The MV was again stunning. It didn't need to be big and bombastic and stuff. It didn't need to be all that. They say that for Ice Cream Cake. This is just exactly what it needed to be. I love that kind of retroness of it. Yeah, just the R&B thing just works so well with them. They're so good at it. The vocals and everything were on point. I'm in love with them. I'm in love with them. I don't know what more to say. Just utterly perfect from the start. And then, like I say, they released Ice Cream. Like Ice Cream Cake is a god tier song, and they released that after this for the same albums. That's insane. Just the thought of that is ridiculous. Mate. Right. Anyway. With that being said, we'll leave it there. This has been my first dive into the RedVelution, or at least, you know, on the channel. I'm doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like I say, guys, I will be doing more of this stuff, so please do get involved in the comments. Let me know stuff I can check out. As I say, I want to do full albums. I will be checking out albums and stuff. There are B-sides here and there that I do know, so with some albums it will be a case of where you know, certain B-sides I might know, certain ones I won't. So I try and figure it out as best I can in terms of navigating that. So as I say, if you've got kind of favourite tracks and stuff, favourite B-sides, start letting me know in the comments about those and things, just so that I can start getting hyped for all this stuff. As if I'm not hyped already. Live performances, if there is any key live performances I should be checking out, stuff like that. I want to check all that out. Like I say, all the reality shows and stuff, those kind of things I also want to check out. I will also, by the way, be tackling the solo stuff as well, because again, criminal. I haven't checked out Sorgi yet because 28 Reasons I held off because I thought, I might react to it at some point. Never did get the chance. So it's still kind of sitting there. I've not listened to it yet. And I thought, right, I'll save it now. Might as well save it. And we'll do like a full album reaction on it or something. So all the solo stuff. Joy's album, I don't know if I've checked out the album tracks yet. I've checked out Hello, obviously. But I've not checked out the album tracks. So that's still... I think Wendy's album as well. I don't think I ever checked out the tracks on that. The B-sides. I think I just checked out Like Water. So again, all this stuff is ready and waiting for me to check out. So please do get in the comments and let me know all of that stuff that you want me to check out. If there's anything I've missed, all that good stuff would be fantastic. And I'll see you next time, guys, for the next one. Senenge, I love you all. This is the RedVelution. It begins here. Goodbye.